With Governor Brown's second term coming to an end, Democrats hope to keep that seat in their party.
They've brought out some major players to make sure. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan spoke with our four major Democratic candidates vying for that spot.
The race for governor has turned into a scam. Gavin Newsom's trying to elect a Republican who is endorsed by Trump.
The state auditor found Chung lost track of $31 billion. That's right, billion with a B.
The same Antonio Villaraigosa made millions for a pyramid scheme, fined for cheating low-income Latino workers.
The four-way battle among the leading Democrats in the campaign for governor has turned into a political take-no-prisoners war. Former San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom is leading three other major Democrats in the race to the primary. He told me in a recent interview what issues are at the top of his agenda.
The number one word, the bubble word of this campaign is affordability. And the subtext of that is housing, and subtext of that as well as homelessness. The problem is acute everywhere you go. It's not unique to Los Angeles.
Former L.A. Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa is battling with two other major Democrats and two Republicans for second place in a primary elimination vote, where only the top two finishers get to run in the general election in November. He says his top priorities as governor would be fixing education, poverty, and the soaring cost of housing.
I'm running for governor because I believe that the next governor is going to have to focus on really raising good middle-class jobs, raising the standard of living, addressing the fact that too many people aren't making it right now. Well, we got to focus on education and workforce training.
And former Superintendent of Public Instruction Delane Easton says her number one issue is not a surprise.
It's really education that determines, whether we're going to have better quality of life, whether we're going to have the great inventions, the breakthroughs in science and in medicine. For me, education was the thing that changed my life forever.
State Treasurer John Chung is also locked into that battle for second place. What is your issue in this race?
John Chung is the progressive who can balance a checkbook. You're not going to have good education if you're broke. You're not going to get access to health care if you're broke. You're not going to have world-class infrastructure to move our goods and our people if you're broke.
We could stand up to Donald Trump, or we can let his protege, John Cox, continue his assault on our values.
Chung was sharply critical of this recent Newsom TV ad, charging that he was actually promoting John Cox to President Trump's core supporters in California in the hopes that they would show up at the polls on primary day, pushing Cox into the runoff election in November instead of a Democrat. Why would he do that?
In the context of this campaign, running against a Republican, those odds obviously improve for a Democrat.
So is that why you're running these ads against these guys?
No, I want to make sure. If these folks run, we believe in these contrast points.
And in fairness to Newsom, his campaign has now also released TV ads attacking his two leading Democratic challengers as well. In fact, both Newsom and Chung have criticized Villaraigosa, whose campaign and supportive PACs and groups have gotten millions of dollars from wealthy supporters of charter schools.
Well, I mean, he's taken almost $18 million. I don't know that that's precedented in California history. In just a few weeks, it's rather extraordinary. I think 7 or 8 individuals have given him up to $18 million.
So money, what people give you and what you're for aren't connected. And I've demonstrated that before. I've had friends who have supported me in a big way who I've said, I can't do that. And I think that's what we're looking for, in the next governor and our leader.
Taking millions of dollars from charter school supporters may not impact what you're for, but critics charge it certainly raises the specter of the queen of charter schools, Education Secretary Betsy DeVos.
Anyone who knows me knows I don't support Betsy DeVos or Donald Trump.
As you probably already know, money plays a big role in who wins these elections. And so in the closing days of the primary campaign for governor, 3 Democrats each still has millions of dollars to spend on TV ads and mailers. So you can expect to be seeing and hearing a lot from Gavin Newsom, Antonio Villaraigosa, and John Chung in the days remaining before those voters who actually go to the polls in person cast their ballots. Dave Bryan, KCAL 9 News.